Michel Nostradamus, or usually known as Michel Nostradamus. He is a Paramese, doctoral, and a famous forecaster in France. Michel Nostradamus, born in Boulogne, France on December 14, 1503. He is one of 9 brothers, son from a Rainer de Citremite and Jean de Nostradamus, a merchant of wool grains and notary of jewelries. At 14 years old, Nostradamus left his family and go to Avignon, France at the University of Avignon to study medicine, but he was forced to leave the year after an outbreak of the bubonic illness. In 1522, he has studied medical major. It is not known that he graduated and was given a practice permit or not. However, 8 years later, he felt that he was enough knowledge to jump in passion. Nostradamus began his medical practice in Aachen around the 1530 to 1544. His skillful as a doctor makes him famous because he was able to treat patients from various kinds of outbreaks that are mushrooming. In the late 1540, he visited Italy. It is not known the Aachen for his visit there. However, after returning to France, Nostradamus experienced change in view and personality. He no longer wanted to be a doctor and chose to work hard to be a poet. Since then, he devised a French-speaking sentence in hundreds to thousands of pages. The poem has a high literary value. The collection of poetry was then recorded and entitled Les Properties, published in 1555. The book represents a long-term forecast of using 4-line poems and combined with language from Greece, Italy, and Provence. This book is what then changed people's view against Nostradamus, from what was originally seen as a doctor and poet, then because the book was referred to as a forecaster. According to Stephen Kirsten, in how the obscure Renaissance astrologer became the modern prophet of truth. This happens because the book Les Properties is interpreted by many people more than just poetry and predicted to see the future. Because it has a high literary value sentence, the book is very confusing for readers. As a result, they misunderstood. At the same time, the error in accordance with the events that occurred at that time. As a result, many believe that the book contains prophecy. Since then, Nostradamus has many followers because it is considered able to enliven it. Nostradamus himself might not dream of being called a forecaster. Some example of Nostradamus' prophecy as follows. The young lion will overcome the older one on the field of combat in a single battle. He will pierce his eyes through a golden cake. To once met one, then he dies a cruel death. Nostradamus' poetry was considered to predict this. In the summer of 1559, French King Henry II pitched against Gabriel, Comte de Montgomery, who is 6 years younger. Dueling was carried out in the tournament to welcome the king with him. In their last trajectory, the Montgomery slanted upward, pricked through the protection of the king's head, and pierced his eye under a condition of 11 days later, on the death of Henry II. From the depth of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who by his tongue will see thus a great truth. His fame will increase toward the rim of the east. Also there are other poems. Beasts ferocious with hunger will cross the rivers. The greater part of the battlefield will be against his door. Into a cage of iron will the great one be thrown, when the child of Germany observed nothing. On April 20 of 1889, Adolf Hitler was born in Austria, Western Europe. His parents come from the middle class, but from the people who are full of wealth. Hitler rose in power, one of the reasons for his skill. He even sparked World War II by exerting troops to invade Poland. Number of Nostradamus supporters said Hitler said in the poem was the wrong mention for Hitler. However, in Latin, Hitler means Danube, the second longest river in Europe. Near the gates and within 2 cities. Here will be scourged, the like of which was never seen. Famine within plague. People put out by steel, crying to the great immortal God for relief. As of early August 1945, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs, the little boy and fat boy, to Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The 2 cities were crumbled. Those who successfully passed the death suffered from radiation post-war. Japan also experienced a crisis in food shortage. Then in 1593, Nostradamus left his university and chose to live in Portuguese, La Rochelle and Toulouse. This famous forecast the married a beautiful girl and Adriella Louboutin. They were awarded a son and a daughter. Nostradamus died in July 1566. This man living in the world for 62 years passed away, suffering for gout developing into dropsy. The context of Michel Nostradamus, the world forecaster, is end. Thank you.